G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Just thought I'd make a quick update video where I am on my lightweight distros. Life is sort of, just family life has sort of got in the way a little bit. Things around the home needed to be done. And I was on a bit of a roll with it, and I've probably recorded most of the installs because I wanted to sort of capture a little bit of that. Yep, yesterday my car done a fuel pump, broke down on the road. Had to get the car towed home. So that's not looking good for this weekend either, because I might have to fix the car, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to do that. So I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update on that. I've just got, the problem is when you've got, it's a mammoth job. There's a lot of installs and so forth. So I was in the zone, and now that I've been sort of off it I went off it last weekend and I couldn't sort of get back onto it again. So I've been off it for like a week, and I'm just finding it hard to get that to get back into the zone, so to speak. So once I do, it shouldn't take me too much longer to sort it all out. So because there's a lot of installs, different installs I don't know about on the things that I'm trying, so it's can be quite challenging to learn what's going on with those distros and so forth. So that's where I'm at with that. So just thought I'd let you know I haven't given up on it, and it's just taking its time, that's all. So just thought I'd put a quick video in. I just wanted to share a couple of things. So when I'm working on these distros and I'm on Virtualbox, I'm installing distros on Virtualbox to do the recordings. Even if I'm recording, I'll be testing things on my Toshiba laptop, like Ubuntu Deepin desktop environment I've got here. Play around with it, see what it's like. Everyone's been talking about it. So I just wanted to share a couple of things with you that I've had a look at, on this desktop that I found sort of interesting on this desktop environment. First thing is the little animations they have going here. So if we look at the animation there, and if we open the software store, you can see that little animation going on there. And let's do this one here, little animation there. And you'll see that I'm sure they've changed over to Qt, but you'll probably see that this thing here is the GNOME software. It's got the sharp edges, not the rounded edges, because it's GTK. It's the GNOME software. Ubuntu Deepin desktop environment use the GNOME software because it's a little bit hard to probably implement the software from the original Deepin desktop, because that's their own. It's a website, I believe. So being Ubuntu, it has to stay with the Ubuntu theme of things, which is using the Ubuntu repos and things like that, and also has snaps in here. I don't know about Flatpaks, but I've seen snaps so far. So you got updates here. This is the one thing I'm sort of not sure about this. This thing here, restart and update. It's just got that Windows feel about it. I don't want to restart and update, but I suppose if we have a look at the updates and we have a look through it, UI. So Linux modules, Linux image, Linux headers. So it looks like there's like a kernel update there, Linux firmware. So that needs an update with that. But what I want to know is this the normal thing for any updates, or is it just because this is the first update? So this is the reason why I'm asking this question. Linux headers and all that sort of stuff. So it definitely needs a restart on all of these things here, I believe. Linux image and all that. So it definitely would need a restart. But is this the normal? Because I don't want to restart when I update if it's just normal updates. So I'm going to be checking that out. But I hope this doesn't creep into Linux too much, restart and update. I'm not a big fan of that. I've come to like Linux because we don't need to do things like that. I'm hoping that that's not the normal. So I'll check that out moving forward to see whether that's the way it's going to go. I don't know. So yeah, if you have a look at these, the way they present, or the way the Deepin desktop presents the disk format is very nice. I like that. Looks quite good. It's got a little blue line there, tells you how much the disk is used up. So I'm a bit of a fan of that. That's pretty good. I like that. You've also got Open as Administrator, which is a good thing. You got this Add to Disk here. You got the it's picked up the disk drive, and then you've got Computer. So everything comes on a computer and My Directories. Now, what I do like is each individual has its own theming. You can go for the dark theme, or you can make it the light theme. Now, that doesn't mean everything else has changed. That just means that you've changed that application. So I sort of like that because some things I don't mind being light and some things I don't mind being dark. So that's pretty handy. I like the way they present everything here. It's like the selected boxes are very obvious. They've got these nice drop-down lists. Everything seems to be sort of in order. I find that quite easy to deal with, to be honest. It's just neatly presented, and I really like that. And it's good to see this sort of thing, restore defaults. It's always good to see that there's a restore defaults. That is a good thing, and that's where a desktop environment allows people to mess around with these things, find what they like in the desktop, how it looks, get their own feel about it, and if they mess it up and they don't know how it works, they can restore defaults. I like that in some settings to be present. So if we go into a directory, and as you can see there, you've got documents, you've got home, little home box. So to separate the boxes, if we go into this directory here, the computer, the system disk, user, share, applications. So they've got them neatly marked out. You can just click back on it. It resets it all. I find that very handy as well. So if we go back to the home page, you've got different views. You've got some information on the directory here. So that shows you the information on that directory. On the right hand side, you can turn that off, and then you can view them. So there's a list view and there's an icon view. Not too many, but just enough. And then you've got zoom adjustment here. It's pretty good as well. Down the bottom here as well, you can hide this area here if you wish. Just close it up, or you can choose to have them all showing. Now if we open up a few things here, settings, the terminal, and if we go to multitasking view, this is what you got here. You can adjust these things to different workspaces. You can add another workspace, and randomly it just puts a different background on it. You can put settings in there. You just click the anywhere, any space there, and it goes back to that desktop. So I quite like that as well. Now if we go to the settings, we've got keyboard shortcuts here. Now I was just trying to work out on keyboard shortcuts in here. You got this display workspace. Now this one here, if you have a look at the tooltip, is multitasking view. But if you're looking for the keyboard shortcut, it's actually named display workspace, which is Super and S. Like so. Super and S again, it goes away. And then you've got Super W, display windows of the current workspace. So whatever's on the current workspace, which is just that one, or Super and A to display windows of all workspaces, like so. And it's got little tooltips there that tells you what each window is. Super A again to close that. So I find that very, very handy indeed. Something else I wanted to share with you is the calendar. Now you'll see I've got a little reminder here. There's a show coming up. Now the way this is represented is you can have it in year, you can have it in month, weeks, weekly display or daily display, like so. If you right click on any of these, you can select new event. You can select it to be work, life or other. So if we choose life, new event, let's just say fix car. We'll just leave it at all day. Remind me 1 day before or never on start of day at 9 AM, 2 days before, 1 week before. Repeat never, daily, weekdays, weekly, monthly, yearly. So let's just say we want it the day before and save. How easy is that? I find that really easy. Now if you want to choose a month to save it, you can go forward like so. You can scroll your mouse, go forward years, like so. If you put it on yearly, we're up to 2025. So if we go back to monthly, scroll the mouse, we can go back to 2021, like so. Now we're on the 11th month. 2021. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was 2021. 2020. Yep, and it's the 11th month. So that is a very, very simple way of working a calendar. I quite like that. You can choose dark theme. You can choose light theme. You can also choose to right click that and edit. You can choose a different one of those and save it, and it's got a different color, as you can see. That's quite nice. Now another little thing I found that I thought that was handy is this one here. The terminal, you can use tabs. You can open a new tab, close it, close it. And then you've got this one here, custom commands. Now you can add a command, so you can give it a name. So if I give the command a name, let's just say we want to change a directory. Let's just do that, and the command is, let's see, what would I want to do? Let's just say we want to change directory into etc apt sources.list, or etc and apt cd. So change directory into etc/apt, and the shortcut will be Alt and A for apt. So add that, and then we'll type, we'll use the key combination Alt A, and now it's gone change directory etc apt, and that's where we're at. If we list that out, very nice. Look at that. So I've made another one, this one here. It's got a little edit button there. So what I've called this one is update. We're going to do a sudo apt update, and we're going to use the key combination Alt U. Alt U, put my password, and away it goes. So that, I find that really handy. Now you can choose to, I think, switch it off. Just got to remember how to do that. I think we just click anywhere for that. Custom commands, just click away, and it disappears. So that is very, very handy indeed. Very interesting stuff in the Deepin desktop environment, I must say. And another thing I really like is the wallpaper and screensaver. I really like this wallpaper changer. It's just really nice. You got to scroll your mouse to move it. I think you can also arrow, but if you arrow, it's actually changing the desktop. That's weird. But then you can choose to desktop only or the lock screen. You can choose both. And then you can choose to have a wallpaper slideshow happening. And you can choose to change the wallpaper every 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, when you log in, when it wakes up. And I suppose, there's been a lot of videos about Deepin, so I suppose people would probably know about the menu changer, full screen, and small menu. One thing I was thinking with this menu, if you go to all categories, you press a category, or click a category, and you've got to come all the way back here to go back. Now I was using, having been doing these lightweight distros, if you remember that people who have been in Linux for quite a while, you'll probably remember in one of the KDE, probably KDE 3, they had a bar down the bottom here, and all you had to do was just go to the side and click that bar to go back. It was a really nice idea, I must say, having that bar that travels all the way down here. And then it doesn't matter where you are in this menu, you can just click that bar and go back. So that's a really good implementation. It'd be nice to see somebody bring that back. So anyway, on here you've got computer, documents, pictures, music, videos, and downloads. You've got Control Center there, which takes you to the Control Center. So under Personalize, you can choose light theme, make it auto, or dark. Now for some reason it doesn't want to work. Don't know what's going on there, it's not changing. Now you've got the window effect, which is already on, and under here you've got magic lamp if you want to choose magic lamp. That's a pretty quick effect. Don't know if you can change the speed of the effect. No. Default applications is nice. It's obviously got a tick there. Terminal, picture. So you choose your default. It's got a little tick next to it. It's pretty obvious. And once again, I like the way it's laid out. Very simple. You've got a highlighted box. You're in that category. Nice and simple indeed. You got notifications there, so there's your notifications. Click on that and they open up. Don't know if you can close them. Doesn't look like it. So you can close the individual ones. Can you close them all? And that closes them all. I don't know what this button does. So on the full screen menu, you have a large category box that you can scroll through like so, or you can have just an icon grid that moves left to right, and then you've got this transparency on the bottom bar like so. Now what I've done is I've also installed Nvidia. Now I've only got the profile so far because I've turned Nvidia off, and the reason for that is when I have Nvidia running and we go to the movie app, this one here, as you'll see the movie app is fine. When I'm running Nvidia, that whole screen cannot be seen. It's transparent. You can see the outline of it, and it's a bit of a blur within the box, but it's completely transparent running Nvidia. So I need to I may have to file a bug for that. So there seems to be some sort of issue there. And I'm not sure what's going on with this personalization issue here as well. Maybe need to file a bug for that as well, because that's definitely not working. Don't know if it was working before because I haven't done an update, have I? So maybe I should do that first. Let's do that first. Alt-U. 20 packages can be upgraded. So let's do this. Custom commands. Add a command. Sudo apt upgrade, and we'll go with Alt-G for upgrade. Add that. Alt-G. And there we go. Select yes. I could have just clicked and hit enter. That would have been the same thing. Now it should probably tell us we need to restart anyway, I would think. Okay, so that's the updates done. I'm going to do a restart and see whether anything's running any better, just to be fair on the distro itself. So I'll do that and we'll be back after that. Okay, so we're back in the desktop. Really something weird happened there. I did about 5 or 6 restarts, kept getting to the login screen and went to a black screen. That was really weird. So I've tried to restart quite a few times and eventually it started. So I don't know what was going on there. I know the laptop's getting a bit old. The screen's missing. It's plugged into an alternate display. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know. One of those unexplained. Now this is the other thing I found out with this personalization here. Is probably because all these apps now can do their own theming. The only thing that's changing on this is Simple Screen Recorder and the panel. So that's what's going on there. Although this box is just highlighted on auto, it may change after a little while, but I thought that was a bit strange. That's when I realized when I was pausing my recording, Simple Screen Recorder was dark, and then I thought, oh, that was a bit weird. So there we go. I don't know what the deal is with that, whether they're in between sorting that out, maybe. It's 2010, so it's a short-term support. It's an interim support for 9 months. Could have some issues in that time. There's only one other thing I wanted to check out was opening Synaptic Package Manager. Now, I'm not going to put my actual password in, but if I was to put a password in, say this one, and I press enter, when you press enter, it shows you the password. That's weird. So I think that needs to be sorted out because that's a security issue for sure. If I click on that, the password goes back. I click confirm. If I press enter again, I don't know, and then it shows the password again. So that is not good. That needs, I think that would be a priority to fix. Showing your password when pressing enter. Enter is actually highlighting this thing here, the seeing eye, rather than confirm. So that's not good. That needs to be fixed. So I'm definitely filing a bug for that because that is an issue. One other little thing I like about this is the copying process. Let's have a look at that. It's got the original Deepin. I remember Deepin used to have this quite a long time ago. A little filling up circular picture there. That's pretty handy. Got stop and pause. And they've got the little icon view down here as well, like so, and it shows you the window that you're highlighting there or you're hovering over. Shows that window. That's quite a nice effect. And right click will give you File Manager, New Window, All Windows, Undock, Force Quit and Close All. You do have a little USB showing up here. So if you right click the USB, you can open and unmount all. If you left click, that shows you the USBs that are mounted, and looks like you can unmount from here and eject it from this point here. Doesn't appear to be any running apps in the system tray. Although you got the USB, the Simple Screen Recorder sometimes has a running app in the system tray you can do all sorts of things with, but not in this case. I've had another look at this personalization and theming here. So what I've worked out is if your theme is on the system theme, whatever the system theme is set on, that's the color it will be. So that's what the system theme is for. But if you've changed it to a light theme, then it doesn't follow what the system theme setting is. So they're all moving to light because it's on the system theme. If we move that one to dark theme, then it honors the dark theme setting and doesn't follow the system theme here. So all these apps need to be individually set to either system theme to follow these settings here, or you can have it to follow the theme that you want it to have, light or dark. So that's the system theme explained. That's why it wasn't changing for me earlier. So I just thought I'd show you some of the things I've discovered while messing about with Ubuntu Desktop Environment 2010. Short-term support for 9 months. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.